Hello everybody, and this is Ciara. Today I am sharing with you a set of birthday cards that are featuring some beautiful lantern botanicals. So let's jump in. So I already have my A2 bases made, so I just have a piece of HammerMill Cardstock here. That is my favorite cardstock that I like to blend on, and I'm going to gold heat emboss the PinkFresh Lantern Botanical stamp, which is what you see me using here. I am creating two cards, which you would have seen in the intro. Because as you guys know, if you've been with my channel for a minute, I did have a custom order for 24 cards. So I've been trying to make 2 cards every video so that I have a little bit to put into my markets, as well as I'm trying to make that order. So bear with me as you see repeat steps here a little bit. I try to cut them out, but you might see a little bit. So I'm just going to heat set the gold embossed pieces here, and I chose to do gold just because I thought it would look stunning with the colors that I've chosen. You saw in the beginning that I'm going to choose pink and kind of a tealy green, and that's just because I thought they would look really pretty together, but it's not a color combo I've ever really done. So I kind of was just, having a play with some really fun products from PinkFresh, and this is just kind of the idea I came up with, and I think that it turned out really pretty. We'll kind of go through a few things as we get there, but I did stumble a little bit, and I made a little mistake, but you can't tell in the final product, so it doesn't really matter, but I will walk you through what I did. So I'm going to heat set the embossing, and I think that this is probably still one of the most magical parts of card making for me. I love watching metallic embossing powder melt. It just is so beautiful to watch it go from such a dull goldy color to this like vibrant, stunning metallic color. I don't know why. I think I say this every time we do it, but it is still one of my favorite things to watch happen. So I always kind of really enjoy that part of embossing. And then I brought in the matching PinkFresh Lantern Botanicals. This is the matching stencils. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm having a day. This is like my 4th take on the audio. So if I trip over my words, I apologize. Just bear with me. I'm just having a day where I can't speak well. And I brought in 2 colors of inks. I have a pink set and a kind of tealy green set. Like I said, tealy blue, tealy green. And this is where I wish I had picked colors that had a bit more between them. So I picked a light color and a dark color. So as you can see, I picked Salvaged Patina, and then for my darker color, I picked Peacock Feather, but there isn't enough separation between the shades. So when I lift the stencil off, you don't really get that much dimension from it. Now that's okay. I'm going to make up for that later, but this is where I wish I had picked colors that just had a bit more of a differentiation between them. These were too close to each other in the color palette. And it's the same with my pinks. So I used Kitsch Flamingo as my lighter color, and then picked Raspberry as my darker color. And I just have one of those tiny little blending foams because the areas on the stencils are so small that I didn't see the point in bringing out something bigger, though maybe brush bristles would have been easier to get the color in. I don't know. But this is just kind of what I went with. And you'll just see that, and granted, I did use the same little foam for it. And no, I did not clean it off great in between the 2 colors. So, I mean, there's a few things here that I could have done a little bit better and you would have gotten more dimension. But that's okay. We'll make up for that as we go along. And then I pulled out the tin of my foams that I have used, and I just grabbed this one. It has yellow on it. I'm not even sure what yellow that is, to be honest with you guys. It was just yellow and it worked for me. So for the little candle topper, or the little flame on the candle. So I can't tell you what color that was because it was just leftover ink on that foam. So I know it's a Distress Oxide color because that's what I use these with, but I can't tell you which color. But then I am going to run them through my die cutting machine with the matching die. And the die is really cool because it cuts the lantern individually, the kind of the botanical sprig, I guess we can call it, it's separate, and the candle separate. So you get 3 pieces from this, which I thought was really neat. So I'm going to separate them out and kind of poke all the little holes that need to be poked in the lantern and in the botanicals. There are areas that come out. And I think I did a pretty good job lining this up. Generally, I am not good at lining up the die with the images. That is something that I don't know what it is, but I usually misalign it pretty badly. But in this one, I think I lined it up actually pretty well. And I think that the PinkFresh dies give you like a lot of a visual area to kind of line your stuff up. So it's a little bit easier. But so for the card, I really was kind of trying for like an elegant but simple card design, and that's what I kept in mind when I was making this card. So when I want a more elegant card design, I do always kind of go back to this Waffle Flower Lacy Layers set. This is the A2 size. They also have mini slimline, slimline, A5. Like there's so many of these, and I don't own them all yet. That will change eventually, but currently I don't own them all. And I find that this gives it such an elegant look. This kind of like a scalloped edge piece and then the stitched piece. I love them so much. They're so pretty. So I kind of go back to them every time I want more of an elegant looking card. And that's kind of what I was thinking here. And then I brought in for my sentiment, I wanted these to be birthday cards. There are matching sentiments for the lantern, and there is a die for them as well. But I really wanted them to be birthday cards. As I said, you guys know I have an order for 12 birthday cards and 12 anniversary cards. And we made anniversary cards in the last video. So in this one, we're making birthday cards. So I can kind of get these orders. I'm hoping to have them done for the end of June. We'll see how it goes. It's a lot of cards to make. But we're working through it. So we'll get there. And I just really wanted to gold heat emboss it. So I brought in a birthday sentiment from a Simon Says stamp set. It's the Best Year Yet stamp set, and it's all birthday sentiments, but I wanted something with some script just because I felt like that leans itself more to that elegant look again. And again, whatever stamp set you have, that would work, like any birthday sentiment you want. But because I'm leaning into that more elegant feel, I did want the script, just because I feel like that kind of leans itself well to an elegant look. And of course I am going to gold heat emboss it. And yes, I'm going to get excited when I melt the embossing powder. I don't think there's ever going to be a time in card making where, or whatever, journal making, whatever, where I don't get excited by metallic embossing powder melting. It is just by far one of my favorite things. And if you're newer to embossing or you've never done it, you'll understand why when you do it. If you've done it forever and you're not that impressed by it anymore, that's fair. I mean, I've embossed a lot of things. So, but I don't know, it just still seems magical to me. And I'm sorry this part's a little bit out of focus. I actually have my heat tools. They're strip, like there's this what are they, the command strips? They're command stripped to my wall with little hooks, so when I use them the cord kind of gets in the way now, which isn't great for filming. I have to ponder my setup a little bit with a few things, but they're easy to find and they're out of the way because they're not sitting on the desk. So it's one of those things where it's like, because I film, I have to think about the fact that the cord is in the way now. So it's one of those things where it's like, what do you go for? Functionality or, better shots in your filming. So it's one of those things that I have to think about as a person who likes to make videos, but it is a lot of fun. And now I'm just going to adhere all my layers together. I've got the little bit of Nuvo glue left. I ordered some, but hopefully it's going to come in soon. I'm milking that bottle for every drop she's got because it is my favorite glue. And I am going to add some Big Mama foam tape just to give it a little bit of dimension. Again, it's just because it's such a simple card that I want it to have just a little bit more going on. And you could, of course, do 2 of the botanical sprigs and kind of make it like a cluster, whatever you want to do. I chose to not do that for this one. I really wanted it to be simple and really straightforward, so I used the 3 items that kind of coordinate. I think there's also a hot foil plate, but I don't own it. I might have to because this is a beautiful set, but I don't currently own it. And, I have to give props because I don't know if you guys know, I'm on the Scrapbook Pal YouTube channel. I'm part of their design team. And Tanya, who is the owner of that, she actually sent me this set because she thought I would enjoy working with it. So I didn't even purchase this set myself. So she sent me this gently used, and I was so excited to receive it that I had to make fun cards with it. It's so pretty. We will do more with this in the future because I can see it, like hot foiling it or whatnot. So I'm gonna have to pick up the hot foil plate from her so that I can have the whole collection because this is a beautiful set. So thank you so much, Tanya. I don't think she watches my videos, but on the off chance that she does. Thank you very, very much. This is a beautiful set, so I'm really appreciative. But yeah, if you guys don't know that, go and check out the Scrapbook Pal YouTube channel. There's a lot of great designers on there. Me being one of them, of course, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I am one of them. And I did actually do a light up card recently with some honeybee items, or sorry, some lawn fawn items on the channel. So if that's of interest to you guys, go check it out. But yeah, so thank you, Tanya, so much. And this is where I did add a little bit of that 3D, like a little bit of the foam tape, just to add a little more dimension. You don't need it. It's not necessary. So if you don't have it, don't worry about it. But this is just one of those things where it just gives it a little bit more, you know, and sometimes in its subtlety, it just gives it that elegant look and a lot of fun. So that is what I lean towards. You guys will have to let me know if I hit my mark with the subtle but elegant card, because that's what I was aiming for. So hopefully I hit that mark. But yeah, so if you're new to the channel and you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. I know a lot of people watch the content and they don't subscribe, and totally your call, completely up to you. But if you wouldn't mind, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm like 4 people away from 5,000 subscribers, and that's really exciting. And every mark that we hit is incredibly exciting, and I'd like to do something special for it, but we have to hit it and stay there first before I can do anything kind of fun for it. But yeah, so if you're not subscribed and you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it, because I do put a lot of hard work into this. So it's always nice to know that people are enjoying my content, and that's kind of how you let me know, by leaving comments or likes or subscribing or any of those things. That really lets me know that you're enjoying what I'm doing. So please do if you are enjoying it. And then this is where I kind of went in and I'm adding a little bit more. So I went in with my clear glitter pen. So I just added a little bit of glitter. I added it across all of the blooms, and then I added it across the whole lantern, because the lantern I feel like would be metallic-ish. So I kind of added the glitter. And then I brought in a white gel pen, and I'm going to add white highlights almost everywhere. And I think that this will give it more dimension that I was missing a little bit in my color choices. And I think that it turns out being just stunning. So it's hard to see here, sadly. It's because there's such small areas. I think it's hard for you to see kind of where I'm putting that white gel pen. But when I hold it up at the end, you'll get to see a closer look at it. And I think it really brought the design to life. Let me know your thoughts. I'm always open to hearing what you guys think about it. But yeah, I think that it turned out stunning, and I am so excited with how these cards came together, because I think they're beautiful. And of course, because it's me and I can't not add things, I did bring in some pearls, because to me, pearls are very elegant. So that I had to add a couple to the card design. Again, not necessary. This card was beautiful without them, but it does just add a little bit of something extra, and I think that that's quite pretty. So you guys know I love pearls so much. I think that they just add so much to a card design. And I don't generally do something other than pearls. I do on occasion do jewels, but it's rare. I usually lean towards the pearls. So that is just kind of my preferred look. But hopefully here, when I hold them up, you'll be able to see that white detailing on there. And of course, there is the gold shimmer and the glitter shimmer. Like, there's just a lot going on in the subtle way here. But I just love how it turned out. I think it's stunning. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hope you'll leave me a like, leave me a comment, and please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. That is the card I have for you guys, or cards I have for you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed them, and I will see you again very soon for another video. Thank you so much, and bye-bye for now.